Hey lovely people, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Brenda here once more. I know I've been MIA. Anyways, you'll be seeing a little bit more of me going forward as indicated. So today we're going, well, I am not you because you're not here. It's gonna be me. Just gonna be doing a little bit of clearing up and then trying to get something to eat. It's now 12:54. So welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, I know there's quite a bit of you and I'm grateful for the support. I'm just going to encourage you to ensure that you hit that bell notification icon so that you are notified every time I go live or upload a new video. I haven't done a cleaning video in a while. Your girl has not necessarily been home, but we are going to get that done today. The house is not dirty, but it just needs a little bit clearing up. Additionally, there's always dishes, of course, because your sister gotta eat. So I did some cooking yesterday, took a few things out of the fridge, so we have some dishes in the sink. So we're gonna clear that, just tidy up, straighten up the living room a little bit. This table over here has become a catch-all, so I just need to move some stuff from there and put them out to the right places. So enough of me yapping. Welcome. If you're new here, grateful to have you. Remember to like and comment, give your thoughts politely and respectfully, of course, here and there in your videos. Just interact with me. I'd like to get to know and interact with you guys a little bit more in the comment section. Enough of me yapping. Let's get into this. So today I just want to let you know, if you're watching or listening to this, I believe it's not by accident. You may be in a place right now where things feel off, where nothing is going according to plan, where your dreams seem delayed, doors are closed, and you're asking, what are you doing, God? Like, what's going on? First, I want you to take a breath and just let this truth settle deep in your soul. Know that God hasn't forgotten you. You're still on his mind. And even in the chaos, in the setbacks, and in silence, he's still writing your story. So, just one of my favorite verse, or favorite scripture rather, Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. Verse you may have heard many times before, but for me, it really hits differently when you're in a situation, when you're in a battle, when you're in a setback or an apparent setback. And this verse just reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope." Or in other words, an expected end. I'm not sure if you caught that, but I know the plans, even when you don't know that God does. And even when everything around you looks like failure, God says, I'm still in control and I'm working it out for your good. The people God spoke to while they were in exile in a foreign land, broken, discouraged, wondering if their best days were behind them. But he told them, I am not finished with you. And he's saying the same thing to us today, right now in this moment. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. You are not abandoned. You are being protected from things you don't even see. When it comes to setbacks, let's talk real life for just a second. Maybe you didn't get a job, or maybe you lost one. Maybe the relationship you thought was leading to marriage fell apart. Maybe your plans keep falling through again and again. And now you're questioning your worth, your future, maybe even your faith. But here is what I want you to hold on to today. A delay when you're trusting in God, it's not a denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. A setback can also be a setup. What feels like the end might just be the beginning of something far greater. Rejection is often God's protection. You see, sometimes God removes what we want to give us what we need. So don't interpret pain as punishment. Don't interpret silence as absence. God is always working behind the scenes. He's always shifting, shaping, and aligning everything for our good. And here's something we often overlook in our grind culture. You have to go, you have to get up, you have to get. It's okay to sit some things out. It's okay to rest. It's okay to take a break, to step back and say, right now, I need to heal. I need to breathe. I need to reconnect. Not only with God, but also sometimes with yourself. You're not weak for needing rest. You're wise. Even Jesus stepped away from the crowds. He withdrew to pray, to refresh, and to reset. So if life feels overwhelming, just give yourself permission to pause. This isn't quitting. This is strengthening. You can't pour from an empty cup, can you? So you may ask, how do you move forward when you're unsure, when you're tired, or when life's just hard? I'm just going to share some practical tips and ways how to hold on and trust God and know that He still has your back. Start every day with a check-in. Take 5 to 10 minutes in the morning before scrolling, before talking, and just sit quietly. Take a deep breath and ask God to lead you throughout the day. You don't know what it holds, but trust God to lead you through it. Let that be your reset button. Also, write out what you're grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. Even if it's just, I'm grateful that I woke up. I had something to eat. I made it through another day. So just know that whatever you're going through, God is not done with you yet, and He's still working behind the scenes. Don't give up. And another thing, just be sure you choose peace over pressure. Be blessed. So we're moving right on to the lunch. I just put 1 cup of water on to boil and added 1/2 cup of quinoa. I seasoned that to my liking. Just added some all-purpose seasoning, and then I went ahead and added some fresh green onions or shallot, spring onions, whatever you guys call it. I gave it a good stir, and I added also some ginger powder just for some flavor. Here I'm just taking out the rest of the ingredients for my high protein lunch bowl. I had lettuce, I had corn, my feta cheese. Decided that it would take its exit, so I ended up not using most of it, just a little piece, like what was submerged in the liquid. That was still good. So I'm here just sauteing some onions. I like onions. You might say it's too much, but I like it. So I just sauteed some onions, added my shredded chicken, giving that a good stir, And then I added some soy sauce, and I think that's some extra dark one, just so that my meat can have some color and flavoring. And then I added some no salt seasoning from the Kirkland brand, straight from Costco. Give that another stir. My husband say I like the store pot too much. But anyways, we added our black eyed peas, and then we added a sprinkle of sugar, just so we can have that balance between salt and sugar. That adds a little bit more flavor. We reduced our heat in the pan, covered that, and let it just simmer for a little bit. Perhaps about 3 to 4 minutes, as everything was already cooked. Just wanted everything to simmer nicely together. Here I just tasted it and I realized that it needed a little bit more salt, so I just added a little bit more all-purpose seasoning just to add that little flavor. And I also added some hot pepper. Moving right along, we moved over to our fresh veggies, just getting everything cut nicely and prepared to be added to the bowl. I took out the top part of the lettuce because that's a little bit too hard and crunchy, and I wasn't really looking forward to that. Chopping our veggies while our meat was simmering nicely. Let's face it, you see, life moves very fast and we are constantly trying to balance so many things, responsibility wise and everything in between. So in the middle of the hustle and the bustle, it's easy to overlook one of the most powerful aspects of our lives, and that is what we consume, what we put on our plates. Yeah, so what we eat is just about how it looks, and if you're eating a lot of junk or processed food, that's what your body is going to look like. So if you're eating everything or most things natural and green, getting your fruits and your vegetables and everything in, you're fueling your body with energy, which is going to shift your mood and your focus, improve your sleep, and even your emotional and physical wellness. So these things are directly connected to the food that we eat. So I am consciously making an effort to eat better so that I can fuel my mind, my soul, and my body the way that it needs to in order to be healthy. Even if it's one plate at a time, one meal at a time. So I just added my quinoa and I added some frozen green beans to that. Added my lettuce, cucumber, tomato. I think that was parsley. Yeah. Sprinkled the top with parsley that I had cut there. Added my protein, which is my shredded chicken and black eyed peas. Added some corn. I love corn. And then sprinkled it with the parsley. And finally, I topped it off with some of this vegan Primal Kitchen green goodness salad dressing, which I found to be a little bit sour. I'm glad I didn't add too much, and this was chef's kiss. Moving right along. CJ came over and she wanted some straight back braids feeding, so I did that. I saw this trick or this hack, cutting out the tips for the gloves and adding your gel there to make it more accessible, and it worked. Didn't have to constantly be leaning to get the gel or have her hold the container to do so. So this is me just sectioning it off. She had no faith in me, guys. Literally none. Because for me personally, I have issues plaiting big or braiding big. I can do it really neat when it is small. The smaller the better, actually. So she was like, oh, she wanted 2 braids. I was like, chick, you know I can't give you 2 braids. So I was like, let's see the amount of braids that we have here, and based on what we have, you can get at least 6. That's what my fingers can handle. So there I was, just pre-parting her here in 6 straight down the middle, and then 3 on each side. So here we are, just to the end of one side of our head and almost to the end of this video. So what we did on this side, we did on the next side, and you will see the final product shortly. So I just want to say thank you for sticking with this video. If you've made it this far, do ensure to add a thumbs up in the comment section so that I know that you have reached this part of the video. And I just want to shout out Shamela and CJ, of course. The last video they did leave the hearts in the comments, and just to show that they made it this far in the video. So again, if you're new here and you want to see more motivational content, just hit that bell notification icon so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks again for subscribing and for joining the family over here. We are truly grateful. Continue to be blessed and do have a productive week. See you guys soon, or rather, you'll see me soon. Blessings.